This is Memory Mills from the Core Admins, and this is Nick Thompson, the CEO of Viva.
Thanks for having me.
Good, mate.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're just going to ask you a few questions about the project and the future ahead. Okay, would you be able to explain the use case of your token?
So the use case of our token is on our mortgage exchange, which will be hosting private mortgage assets. You'll be able to use the token to get a 75% discount off of transaction fees. So theoretically, on your mortgage portfolio, this can increase yields and profitability for the token holders.
Do you currently have a working product?
Yes, so the working product is on our website now, and it can be viewed at www.vivanetwork.org. And we'll have 2 more MVPs being released. Scheduled date to be released is the 20th of this month.
And you're currently in ICO, correct?
Yes, so we've just finished our pre-sale, and we're moving into our main sale on the 20th as well.
Okay, and what algo are you using? Are you ERC20?
ERC20.
Fantastic. What's your supply, total supply?
Total supply is 4 billion Viva tokens.
Okay, and do you have a soft cap?
The soft cap was reached in private sale, so we do not.
Oh, fantastic. So your project's, it's happening. There's no turning back now.
It's moving, it's going, it's...
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. And what's your hard cap?
And the hard cap is 68,770 Ethereum for the main token sale.
What problem are you solving, and why is blockchain important to the future of your project?
So blockchain is integral to our project because what we can essentially do is fractionalize and securitize private mortgage notes. This means that for the first time, everyday people can hold and invest in private mortgage assets, which are collateralized and fixed income. What this does is it democratizes the mortgage industry away from just being a solely large financial and banking institution industry, and it's democratizing it to the public. So everyday people can invest and provide these mortgages, and just own tiny, tiny fractions of them in their portfolio. And with this blockchain tokenization system, we're able to represent these tokenized mortgage bonds, and everyone can buy them. And also it gives home buyers a better way to get a mortgage and buy a home. So it can lower interest rates for home buyers, increase investment yields for these fixed income mortgage investors.
That sounds brilliant. What would you consider the future of the blockchain to be within the next few years?
So I really do see the blockchain, and especially when we say the blockchain, digital assets on the blockchain, to being more in everyday use. Obviously, I think that with the advancement of stable currencies, representative of regular government currencies, this will make it so it's much more easy to use in everyday business. It will also make it so the financing models, similar to our model, are more reliable for institutional investors and large funds that can go in pension funds and retirement funds, and et cetera. So I think that the advantage of digital assets on the blockchain is that they're very easy transferable. They don't care about borders, and for that reason, it makes a great payment vessel. But the fluctuation that we currently have is not practical for so many things, and particularly investments. So I do see stable currencies being the future, and that's what's really going to take it to the next level.
Great. Could you give us one reason why the public should look your way? One main reason.
The mortgage industry is huge, one of the largest financial industries in the world. So far, particularly in blockchain, which I think is surprising, but it hasn't had much innovation. The same banks are giving loans as they were 100 years ago. So it's very similar. It's been stagnant as a whole, and there's huge potential for this blockchain to be incorporated in this distributed ledger to represent these fixed income, so debt securities, right? So the tokenization model can completely revolutionize debt securities, but debt securities, fixed income bonds, they're not very popular in the pop culture. We're thinking of more stocks and Wolf of Wall Street, but it's fixed income is a much larger market, and blockchain can apply much better in that sector. So it's been overlooked up until now. I think that the concept that Viva has, tokenizing and securitizing individual mortgages and democratizing the process, has huge disruptive potential. You could think of it as an industry that's outdated and inefficient, and rather than democratization, it takes advantage of the people who aren't in those big financial institutions. So by giving this back to the people and making it better for both parties, the investor and the home buyer, it can have huge disruptive potential. It's very value adding, and for that reason, it can make a very large global footprint in America.
Fantastic. Sounds great. The future's looking bright for you. This is Memory Mills from the Core Admins. This is Nick Thompson, the CEO of Viva. Great speaking to you, mate. And the future is certainly great for you. Thanks a lot.